How's the sound? How's everyone doing tonight? Little late. Had a little issue getting connected on this on YouTube again. I don't know why, but as you can see, I got the sphere machine going. The ball that we got in there right now is just about done, but I still got to get it a little bit more. There's a small spot that is still pretty flat, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, we're gonna leave it in there a little bit longer. And I'm also trying to get this this drip system set up. So we'll definitely have to get that rolling here in just a second. And then it might be a little loud, so we're gonna try to just work with it. But once this one's actually done, I'm going to switch over to this machine back here. You can see I already got the cups set up on it. And so we'll just swap over to the polishing pads because I bet, I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit quieter, not so, grindy, but this one's actually coming out pretty well so far. As you can see, I got another one here ready to go. Let's get this thing fired up and see if we can get some kind of drip system going here. So I've got my kind of a wonky little setup here, but I was doing a little bit with the spray bottle before, and it was just a little bit too much work. So what I've got going here is this funky thing, and then I've got a foot pedal set up with my water. Oh, wait, hold on, might be able to see it. There we go, just barely dribbling out there, and now we're just gonna kind of see what we can get. So let's get this rolling and see how loud it is. Got to turn the heater off real quick. And then, see how this thing goes. I already had it in here for probably about, 20 minutes or so, because it is a slow speed machine. So it does take a little longer. Hey, perfect, nice. Thanks for joining, Brian. Oregon Territory Adventures, good to see you. Of course, Rock Dude, always good to see you. But yeah, we're gonna get this sucker rolling, and then what I'm thinking is, depending on how laborious it is, what we might do and how loud is we might be rolling this one right here, because this one still needs to be roughed out a little bit more. So we might swap this one out once it's done, put this guy in, and then take this one that's in here, and we'll put it in this back machine that's got the cups ready. And so, what I'm going to do is just try to kind of keep it, as smooth as possible, keep it a little bit moist, because as you'll see, I'm going to try to show you guys, you'll see that this serpentine here, it actually builds up a, what do you call it? Like a mud rather quickly. So yeah, let's get rid of that. Maybe see that a little bit better now. See if we can manage this. Let's put that little sucker in there. All right. So, oh yeah. So you can see it actually does pretty well. I mean, it is kind of loud, but this is what's going to happen when you have the roughing cups. It's just going to be louder. Once we switch over to the polishing pads, it should be a lot quieter, but hopefully, we're not just blowing out the sound here. Let me see if I might be able to adjust this just a little bit too. Maybe change the gain a little. Is that a little bit better? Oh yeah, look at that, huh? And now you can also see the reflection on that ball. You're not getting too many flat spots. There's just one more flat spot that I'm really working on, but it's going to take a little bit. Oh, dude, I am so stoked, man. I mean, it's a little bit slower machine, you know, but I tell you what, man, it's so nice to just see it working and happy, man. I'm super stoked. And I mean, we're just going to have to be dialing it in, you know, because this is the first one I've ever done. So, you know, just got to figure things out as we go. One thing I've noticed, though, is as I start getting a little bit, more perfect of a sphere, it's good to adjust these chains right here a little bit and just get them a little bit tighter, you know, because you can see the machines kind of have like a wavy motion, which, to be honest, is a little mesmerizing. I like it. I mean, the big thing is I'm definitely going to have to get some kind of watering system, better water system here, you know. Um, but I am just so stoked to finally have it going, you know. It is big. Super awesome, man. I'm so happy about this. And then I have more roughing cups on the way, too. Once Highland Park has them back in stock, I'll be able to do different sizes. Because right now I'm pretty much limited to about 4 to 4.5 inch. Which, hey, dude, that's cool because that's a big ball. But, you know, more than anything, I'm just stoked to be doing it, you know? And I mean, it's cool, too, because, like, it really doesn't take all that much once you get past this stage, from what I understand. And so I'm hoping that, you know, at least, you know, one ball a week when we're doing these live streams. I think that's going to be the ticket. But, you know, of course, I've got 4 machines right now, and I've got, you know, potentially more in the future, you know, around the end of the year, so, or the beginning of the next year. Because, you know, when you're the only when you're the only person making them, you know, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, and it does look like we're getting good rotation pattern too. Yeah, definitely are. It's going pretty quick, you know, because I had it in there a little bit earlier, you know, maybe 20, 30 minutes or whatever, just trying to watch it and see how it goes. But you know, this one just had the tiniest little strip about, you know, maybe an inch or two long that, needed to be rounded out a little bit more. But yeah, you can see that it's got a really nice pattern going on the rotation. It's like it will kick over to the side a little bit, and then it just kind of twists and then does some more. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, these, the material I got in there is a serpentine right now, you know, and I wanted to start with something a little bit softer, you know, just so I could kind of figure it out because, like, you know, once again, I don't really know what I'm doing besides like what I've watched, you know, on some videos or something like that. But you know, I would say that it's going pretty well, you know, and when I took it out earlier just to kind of look at it, you know, oh man, the difference between this one right here is like night and day. You know, it's crazy. Oh, I also wanted to tell you guys that I did end up getting some new rough belts. These are only the 60s, but I mean, hey, they were around. I got the other ones on order that Rockhound was telling me about, so I should have some 30 grips here soon. But yeah, I was able to actually get quite a lot of work done this week, you know. Although real estate has been a little bit kind of wonky, I've still been trying, you know. And so, you know, it's kind of nice to be able to have something at night to kind of take your mind off of it. So as you can see, I got the adapters on there. These guys right here. I was able to drill them out, I mean, I probably should have had Rock Dude do it, but you know, he's a busy man, and it's like I got a drill press. They weren't the best, drill jobs. They do have a little bit of wobble, but hey, these are really temporary anyway because as soon as Highland Park has the correct size in, I'm gonna buy those and keep these ones as like my backups, because guaranteed, if I get another machine, I'm gonna have some kind of wonky thing to deal with. Look at that thing go though, dude. Yeah. Look at that. All right, so it does kind of look like I got a little bit of that flat spot still there. So what I'm going to do is tighten these up. I've got 10 links right now. Count it. I'm just going to pull these up a little bit more. Maybe give it two more links. And then we'll get that sucker fired back up. And, let it go for just a little bit longer. And then, yeah, it should be good. And then we'll swap it over to the other machine. And maybe we'll just load this guy up in there and see what's up. As long as it's not too loud, that's kind of my only worry right now is I'm trying not to just blast you guys out with the sound, Hey, one of mine. Thanks for joining tonight. So yeah, looking good. We got good rotation on there, and you see it's kind of, it will go. It starts spinning one way, and then all of a sudden it catches on a little bit more and starts going a little bit more the other way. So yeah, but I'm not getting, I'm really not getting too much of the, that mud forming too. So that it's like it's starting to get more, symmetrical. Dumb question, but how do you know when it's ready for the next stage? So from what I understand, your roughing is going to be a little bit harder on that because what's happening there is you're kind of just watching for flat spots and everything. But once you get it into the pre-polish and polish stage, what you do is you watch your water that's dripping down, and when that water starts getting clean, you just pull them. And so, because what happens is, the pads, they're cupping it like this, and when it's going around, eventually it's not cutting anymore, But I'm still trying to figure that out. Hey, man, well, definitely appreciate you coming by. Hey, how we doing tonight? JL6B. Appreciate you joining. Yeah, these are the slow speed, but, eventually I'll upgrade and, hopefully I could, get the Highland Park high speed one day. But, I've had this one for probably 4 years now. I've got 3 more behind it. And really, I'm just going to keep rocking as much as I possibly can until I can upgrade. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. And it's surprising actually. It really doesn't eat all that much water. Because like I was just using a little squirt bottle before. Oh yeah. I'm super stoked. Super stoked, Rock. One of a mine, man. Super cool, huh? Oh yeah. I'm jazzed, guys. I'm super jazzed. And I can see it's looking pretty good. Like, you can see in this reflection right there where you got that kind of that square window where the light, is reflecting off of it. That's where you can catch like the flat spot. And I know my camera sucks, and so it's a little bit tough to see, but it's pretty cool when you can actually look down at it like this because where you have those segments in the cup, when it's moving around like that, you can actually see, where there's a gap to where it's, the segments are touching and where they're not. And so, yeah, you just keep an eye on it. And, just, every once in a while, I get a little extra water to kind of fully rinse it off, see how it looks, and then, yeah, it's going to be awesome. Okay, so is the sound super loud, guys? I might need to turn the gain down a little bit more. Hopefully it's not too loud. Cool, man. Thanks, Rock, dude. Yeah, it's looking good. I think that flat spot might be about gone. Oh man, I am so happy about this right now. It's the simple things in life, you know? I definitely need to get a different water system though, because I don't like this thing right here. It's kind of annoying. Doesn't let you guys see it well enough, you know? But yeah, you see when I put the water on there, and you can see where it's like, it rotates like that too. And so I think this one's getting close. Oh, hey. Thanks for joining tonight, Pacific Northwest Explorer. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's not so simple, exactly. It's not. And you know, the machining necessary, or the machines necessary, I should say, I thought it would be a little bit simpler, but here I am, like 5 years later, and this is literally the first ball I've ever made. So, I mean, this is a big deal. I'm super stoked. I'm glad you guys could all join me for this. Pretty happy about it. Ah, thank you. More to come. More to come. All right, well, let's give this a little look-see real quick. And see, this is another reason why I don't really like this water setup, is because it gets in the way. And so when I want to, like, you know, remove it so I can check this ball, you know, it's kind of a pain. But, you know, better than dealing with, you know, no machines at all. You know, so let me pull this to about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put it on 6. So then it kind of, because that's one of the things I noticed is like trying to put the ball in at first is, yeah, I mean, you kind of feel a little silly doing it because it's like you're fighting things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one, and see, now I can actually flex these out a little bit. And, oh, come on. Do I really need to do that one too? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Like that. All right, now we can pull our ball out. All right. See, because that's exactly what you're fighting there. So we'll get this cleaned up a little bit. All right. Let's check this one out. So before I was having there was a little flat spot that I was dealing with. See if I can show you guys. And so it's looking, that's a ball, guys. Look at that. First ball right there. Oh, you see right there? There's that flat spot. See where it's shiny? Right here? That's that flat spot, but the crazy thing is it doesn't actually really look that flat anymore. So I don't know. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll with it you know, ball puns. But I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna, because you know, we're gonna put in these we're gonna be using these guys right here, these polishing pad strips, right? They're gonna go on this other machine back here. We're actually gonna swap these positions so then you guys can see this one. And then what I'm hoping is, because you know, I think, well, as you can see, I have quite a few sizes, and so I think this one actually, it starts at 100, you know, and so I think since this is a 60/80, and if we go up to 100, maybe it will, you know, take off just a little bit to catch that tiny little strip right. Can you see it? Can you see it? Well, anyway, there's a tiny little strip right there, so hopefully it will work. But you know, hey, if anything, we're learning, we're figuring things out. I think I'm gonna wait on this guy right here because I really am excited to get it into the pre-polish and polish. So let me do a little adjustment. I think I'm going to, oh yeah, that's right. We are going to go like this. The only struggle right now really is like lack of shop space, you know, kind of struggling on that part, but that's all right. It's a good struggle. All right, we're gonna move that. Try not to screw this up. Okay, looking good, looking good. All right, let's get this over here. Fortunately, these machines are actually pretty light. So we'll set that up, not like that, thinking. It'll give us a good view of everything. Swap these power cords out. All right, there we go. Now, see, what we're going to have to do, though, is you see these washers, they have little cuts in them that they, for the chains. I just had those things, too. Where did I put them? Oh, geez, what have I done? All the way on the other side of the shop. Jeez, hold on. Oh, my God. Silly. All right, let me move this stuff real quick. Put that in there. We're going to move that. Silly. I thought I brought it over on that side, but no, I'm going to have to climb over. All right. Here we go. Here's what I was looking for. Ooh. No problem. All right, so I'll set this here for now. Come on. That's my to-do box. That's like, quit pushing me off. All right, so get this back up here. I'm set right about there. Oh yeah, that's a good view. All right. Now I'll set that up. As you can see, these slide, you know, in and out. So that does actually make it a little bit easier. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these, and then where's my ball? I'll have to put this, try to guesstimate about where we want this thing. So I'm going to say maybe something like that. Oh, crap. What? Did that not? All right. Let me grab my tiny little thing real quick. Oh, my God. That one's mine. Jeez. That is micro. Okay. Wow. Didn't know that one was going to slip like that, so let me go get the other, got to run. Congrats again. Hey, man, good seeing you. I appreciate it. 2 minutes, we'll be around. Oh, yeah. Let me see real quick. Hey, there we go. All right. Oh, there we go. Let me get that. See if I can get this little thing tightened up real quick. That is a really, really tiny little set screw. Kind of amazingly small, to be honest. Now let's see. Let's get that in there. Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, those ones are in. And that one's in. Cool. All right. So we're actually set on that. Let's get these set up there. And so we'll put this guy in here. See if we can tap, tap, tap. This guy. So yeah, it looks like what we're probably going to have to do is we'll put the pads onto this guy first. Then we'll slide it on in to position. And then we'll tighten it up. So, yeah. Learning, you know. We'll figure it out. It's like a bug, oh yeah. All right, so let's find these 100s, I believe. So, it's like these, the reds are the 100s. So we're going to grab the 3 reds right here. Get those on there. Nice fit. It's good. All right. So now we'll push this in. Get these adjusted. Oh, you know what? I need my catch. A water catch. That's a little too tall. Man, I didn't really grab that. Okay, well, I wonder if this one will fit. If it's too big. Yeah, it's too big. Jeez. Kind of a funky machine is this? Well, oh man. All right. Sorry. I gotta run and grab a little pot or something so I can put down in this cavity so it catches the water. Yeah, super organized, good, huh? All right. All right. This should work. See if we can put this little guy in there. Not want to go back further. Yeah, that'll do. Good enough. Definitely going to have to get something better for that, though. Because that kind of lame. So, all right. And I think we're probably going to be squirt bottling this. Unfortunately. Hey, you got to figure it out sometimes. Okay. Looks good. Lock that down. Yep. Pump this. Like that. And this one. Yep, nice and firm now. Okay. Looking good. A little extra tight around there. All right. Now we got these little guys. So you can see what we're going to do, I think, is we put a little slide in there. Just kind of slip that little thing in there. We'll pull that. Put that in there. All right, so now we get a little bit of tension in there. All these other guys together. So, that about there. Should be good. We'll see. You know, that's the thing about some of these home builds is like, got to try to figure out what actually works. It's like, you know, I don't know what their ideas were. You know, it's impossible to know what they were thinking. I'm actually going to tighten these up just a little bit more. They seem like they could definitely go more. This, I think, I might actually push that in just a chicken hair more. There we go. Looks good. Looks good. All right. And then last but not least, well, actually, you know what? I think that might be okay. I don't know really how much tension these are doing, to be honest. Like that. I don't know. That one just does not want to go in there, though. I'm like, oh, there it is. Okay. Now, slip this guy in here. Slip that in there. Should be all right. But only we shall find out. Okay, where's my squirty bottle? We're going to want that. And take this over here. Get that out of the way. Fill up this thing again. I got a feeling we're going to need to get that going. Oh, yeah. Anybody doing a good rock hounding this week? Oh, that's a clever idea there, Brian. Clever idea. I'll have to check that out. Oh, man, history for sure. The Rogue Ball Mill. We're getting it, man. Slowly but surely. All right. You know, and the other thing is I'm wondering, might be able to lift this whole machine up. So then that way I could have a little bit bigger reservoir under there as well. But yeah, all right. Well, here we go. Yeah, all right. There's the movement. Looking good. Not nearly as loud as the other one, that's for sure. You know, we won't have the best, the best view of it quite yet, but I'll try to show you the drips and stuff, you know, once it's getting a little bit closer to being finished. But from what I understand, the pre-polish and polish phase, you don't really actually need quite as much water. Thin Creek this morning. Oh man, you find good stuff then, huh? You getting that carnelian, huh? Oh yeah, that's awesome. I'm super stoked, guys. Super stoked. Let's get back here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take this right there. Take the machine. So there's juice stuff. Oh man, look at that. Looking good. You can run dry up to 500 grit? Oh yeah. Morgan Territory, did you find the big ones? Oh man, I'm super thrilled about this. Alright, I'm gonna take this guy, put this other machine a little bit back here. Oh yeah. Look at it, got good rotation too. Looks like it's doing great. Golf ball size is good, man. Yeah, that's the thing is, I'm trying to definitely keep the dust down. I've got my filters up underneath the table here, but I think I need to get filters or swap my filters out because I don't feel like they're really doing the work that they used to do. But man, we got great rotation on here. I definitely see, you know, it's it's not just stationary. It doesn't look like we're going to get any gnarly flat spots or anything. And I actually think that, using this 100 to try to get that last little spot out is going to be pretty good. But hey, gotta learn. That's the thing. Trying to figure things out. And, if we find out that it's better to just leave it in the roughing stage a little bit longer, then yeah. But we'll get it. Yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. Oh yeah. And you know what's nice? I'm noticing that it seems like if you're doing the rotation correctly, and everything's working as it is, it seems like the moisture kind of sticks on the ball for a little bit. And so all you really got to do is kind of watch for the mud buildup. But as you can see, this one isn't gonna, it's only 100 grit on these polishing pads, and so it shouldn't build up, your mud quite as quickly because it's really not taking all that much material off, And I'm probably going to try to keep it a little bit cleaner just so then you guys can actually see it a little bit better too. Because, I don't know, a little mud wouldn't probably hurt too much. But I want to make sure you guys can actually see the thing, Pretty stoked. And by the sounds of it, I could be running that guy in the back. So I actually might try to set that up, throw it in the back here, and just let it get going. Because we still got this bad boy right here. The nice part's going to be is that once I get, everything set up, I should be able to actually do pretty good production. Because it's like this machine back here, that will do the roughing. And then I'll switch it over to these guys, and it'll just be like one after another, Do it. Throw it in. I'll move it up a little bit so you guys see it. too bad. Give it a little rotate. There we go. Alright, should be good. We got our water set up. Yeah, I think so. You see how it's building up just a little bit of mud? It's really not that bad though, you know? And I've heard that the once you get into the pre-polish and the polish stage, it's actually way faster, you know? Which is nice because just to get them to this point actually does take quite a bit of work. A surprising amount of work, to be honest. So, and you know what's really cool is if I want to, I can daisy chain all my machines. So I think that's going to be what we're going to do here now. Take this guy, run that nice and around here. We can get that in there. Might be a little wonky on all the cordage, but hey, we're going to figure it out. Get this stuff out of the way. You know, and I'm hoping that here in the next, like, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks or so, I'm going to be getting another webcam. And my buddy Nate, he ended up letting me borrow one of his desktop computers, and so we're gonna have all that stuff set up here soon, so that I can do camera 1, camera 2, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be super cool. We'll do it like this. This thing out of the way. Oh, look at that. I can walk again. We're going to bring this, our water set. Oh, come on. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now I'll throw this guy right over here. Oh, man. Too many dang quarters. I'm going to have to, like, get some wiring going here. Get some better system going. All right. So now, I think I'm probably going to be able to go like this. We're going to take this, drop that right on top. Oh, wait. All right, we want to get the ball in first. Ah, dang it. All right, so we're going to get the ball in first. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's kind of a little bit of a battle there if you don't kind of preset your chains, you know, because you're trying to get them set, and then you like adjust them, you know, without the ball in there. It's difficult because everything wants to flop around. So I'm gonna run this one up to 10 lengths. I think I'm at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go on 10 lengths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I really appreciate everybody joining tonight. It's kind of a big deal for me, actually. Alright, so right now I've got this one here on 10 lengths, and so it's holding pretty good tension. Should be good. So now that that one's good, we'll put our janky watering system on. Get that set up. Like that. See how our pedal looks. Oh yeah, perfect. All right, so we got our water adjusted. Everything's good on that. Rock and roll. Oh, there it is. Look at that grinding. Oh, gotta stay on top of that one. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Okay, got a little bit of water on this one. It's definitely pretty grindy, that's for sure. Alright, now. A little squirty on that. Leave that little stuff up real quick. Let's kind of let that thing go for a minute. Getting kind of crazy, you know. This guy's looking real good, though. Real good. You can just see that glistening little, square right there on that reflection. Pretty wicked. Oh yeah, bro. Super wicked, man. I'm loving it. Yeah, and you can see like this machine is a little bit bulkier right here, and that's why I want to use it as a roughing machine. You know, because this one, it's real low profile, which is great for the polishing, pre-polishing polish, I like just how this has a little bit of height to it, though. Because I can adjust this water text and everything. And so all I got to do is really, I just have to get this, my watering system, my drip system set. I mean, you can already see it's building up that, well, you can kind of see it. Right. This actually, it kind of takes a little bit more, to actually get into the, the proper shape. But hey, it's doing it, man. They're also telling me that I need to do a little bit better job when I'm like grinding my edges down and everything, If I can put a little bit smoother of a ball into the machine to begin with, I think it will be better. Oh, that's the other thing I had going too. I took these little bungee cords right here earlier. Just kind of wrapped them around. Kind of like so. Just to give it a little bit extra, Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see this one finally starting to really get some scraping on it, but I definitely have to do a better job when I'm doing my pre-pop or my preforms, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this guy's ready. But I'm going to turn this one down or turn this one off as well, just so we can kind of show things without having everything so loud, And really, not too big of a deal on that. But you see how now it's kind of just been sitting there for a minute, and it's really not getting too much of a buildup. From what I understand, or from what I've heard from other people in the sphere making space, that's pretty much when it's time to switch over to the next cup. And so we'll switch that guy off. And the only thing I'm kind of like, not too stoked about is how I'm gonna have to like adjust these things every time I want to pull the, swap these out. And so it's like, okay, we're going to have to get some kind of system for that, to where it's like, do I really need to move all of them, or is it just this one that I could move? Like that, huh? And we're going to do a little rinse on this thing. See if we got that spot. All right, get the towel. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's a ball, guys. Look at that. So, stage 1 complete. So wicked. I'm super stoked about this, everybody. Super stoked. I'm super happy about this. I'm glad you could all join me tonight in this most momentous occasion. So we're going to actually keep these guys in this because I like to wash these off, just kind of trying to keep dust down, the overall dust. And so let's see. We got, we're going to move that. I'm not stepping on my cords. Okay, looks like these yellows are our 200. So this is our next stage. We're going to slap these little bad boys on here. Meow. Is that going? It does seem like they grip onto the Velcro pretty well, but it definitely seems like there are better ways. All right, does this go back any further? Okay, that's that all I get. Okay, there we go. I guess the polishing pads were making it kind of too wide. So we'll get that back on here. We're going to get this onto this one. Slap this one onto this one. Should be good. Get a little squirt for good luck. Watch out. Oh, yeah. Get this guy rolling. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this is so cool. I tell you what. Super cool. All right, so let's look through. Looks like pink is 10,000. Kind of hard to believe that. Oh, good thing they gave us these. Another set of pink, 3,000. There's 10,000, 3,000, 1,000. Okay, looks like we got some 800s. 1,000. 1,000. 10, 1, 8, 5. Ah. Yeah, look at that thing. Woo. So cool. Ah, it's working great. Ah, dude. I am so stoked about this. Okay, so those ones, these must be the last ones. Oh, buddy, we're getting it. We're getting it. Really hard to see. I think these blue ones are going to be our next round. I think they're 300. Yeah, Barstool's probably not the best thing to have the machine on here. Yeah, exactly. Rock ball. Yeah. Rogue's got big balls. Big 4-inchers. So there we go. We got our setup. Our next guy's going. Get a little juice on this bad boy. This one's going great. This rear. It takes a while, but you know. I mean, you guys saw it from what it looked like in the beginning, so. Yeah. And then, so you'll notice too that now that we have a new grit on there, it's actually starting to cut a little bit more, and so we're getting our mud build up a little bit faster. And so that's where we were seeing before. Once we get down to the, where it's about ready to switch to the next stage, you'll see the mud isn't building up very much. Definitely need to do a better job on my freeform though. I mean, it's not terrible, but it just means that it's gonna have to be in this machine longer. Which no big deal. It's looking great though already. I mean, and it's getting just this nice, like, kind of like this thing going. It's cool. It's going to be so awesome once I get all this dialed in. We're going to have the whole thing going. And, just a bunch of, we'll have 4 or 5 machines going at once, I'll be able to really start just hammering balls out, dude. It's going to be dope. Yeah, so you see how it started building up that mud a lot quicker? Just cutting a lot more. But, it's kind of hard to see. But if you look right here where the cup is touching, or the polishing pad is touching the spear, you'll see like a bead of water. And so it's not really taking all that much water. It's kind of nice. This guy, on the other hand, this takes a whole lot more just because it really starts producing a lot of mud after a while. Because once you really start getting to where all of it is touching the balls and it's really grinding that away, oh yeah, you start getting a lot more. Actually, you can kind of see it's really starting to round out. So, before when we first put this one in, you could see the machine was kind of violently shaking more. And it's slowly getting calmer and calmer and calmer. So we just slap this little foot pedal down for my water. So then we can rinse that guy off. And we'll come over here. Oh, little baby squirt on that. See how it's looking, make sure it's not sticking in one place. So that's also why I'm spraying just a single, hey, what's up, Ben Baker? So I'm just kind of like, I put a little window on it, so then you can tell that it's actually it's moving. And the cool part is you can actually see that it's spending a decent amount of time at location. You know what I mean? What's really cool is like you can see like it's kind of like a feathering pattern. I wish I had a better webcam so you guys could see. Maybe I'll take some little bit of video and throw it on Instagram for you guys real quick. Oh man, this is dope. And so I'm going to try to do it to where we're doing at least on my other YouTube account. Looks like the roughing works. Yeah, so it did work pretty well. The the roughing stage actually seems like it takes a decent amount of time. We'll kind of let it go. And I think, it's just like anything else with lap dairy. The more time you're putting up in the more you put work you front load, the less you do in the end, right? And so, but that wheel that I was using today at the shop, man, that thing was burly. That was exactly what I needed, But you can see this one's doing really nice. And I mean, it's not too loud right now. I mean, I can see like the, there's a little volume bar on this, and it'll, move back and forth and stuff. And so we're staying at basically the second little dot there. So hopefully we'll be able to like get this all figured out before too long, because I'd really like to get it to where I'm fully operational here. I think we're going to have to get water systems, proper watering systems, stuff like that going. See? Yeah, my water trapping ain't big enough. Dripping. So yeah, you can already see that this machine over here is not moving quite as violently. It's pretty cool. But this guy, oh man, it's just doing exactly what it was made for. Looking good. So we'll just keep an eye on this guy, and once it stops doing the heavy mud buildup, hey man, no problem. Better late than never, man. We always enjoy your company. Alrighty. That's looking good. This guy's definitely getting more rounded out. So I'm probably going to have to adjust my change gear soon on this. So yeah, I think here shortly I'll be able to adjust the chains on this deck on the roughing machine. We'll get that get tightened up a little bit more. And I think what I'm going to do, because this one's, dripping onto the side there, you can actually see it in there, dripping onto my cable. It's not a big deal, but when we take this one off and swap out to the next stage, we'll see if we can maybe put one of these other pans in there. But I think, this one might work. Might be too big. That's me. Oh yeah, I can definitely see this back one coming along now. And this guy's definitely about ready to go on to the next. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be able to swap this one out. Stuff down in there. Yeah, I can see it's definitely not. I was wondering why they have these towels on there. And it's because those motors get kind of hot. They probably don't want, probably was like, oh yeah, don't touch that. So I don't even need a heater now. I just keep these guys on. Now, I don't have running water back in here yet. I want to, but, just another one of those things, man. One day I'll have a real shop like you, bro. I'm not really sure, man. I don't know if it's about getting them wet or if it's just about like not accidentally touching them. Because in all reality, you can feel the wind. See this part right here? What's happening is there's not wind coming out of the back. It's blowing out like this. So these actually might be counterintuitive or not good. Because there's probably supposed to be blowing wind onto it. They're hot and remove them because it's in place. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just wondering. Probably take these ones off too then. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. It's starting to slow now. Whoa. We're turning that off for a minute. I think it might be a little overheating. We'll let this one chill for a second. Yeah, I thought I smelled something, man. What timing, huh? Hopefully that didn't just burn the motor out. Jeez, huh? What a trip. All right, well, let me get this little cord out of the way there. We're going to slide this guy back. This is about ready anyway. So I think what we're going to do is just kind of give this thing a short rest. See what's up. Worst case scenario, just pull it and get another motor one day. Oh man, that's good. Feels good already. Really smooth. Ha! Proper smooth, dude. All right. Man, that kind of sucks though. Wonder what's up with that. Maybe we'll put this damp cloth on here for a second. Too much tension can cause overheating. Yeah. I'm wondering if these things are even necessary because I don't really feel like they do too much. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering too. Because yeah, that's toasty right there. So let me throw this down. That kind of sucks, huh? See, this is the thing about these home build rigs. You never know, really. You get going on it, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, what's that smell? So what we're going to do is while I'm got this thing down for the second, letting it cool down, I'm going to just pull these back a little bit. How's this one feel? It's warm. That's for dang sure. Huh. That's kind of weird. Let's get rid of these things. Let's just get rid of these. Well, hopefully I didn't burn up a motor. Yeah, that gets warm quick. So it looks like we might have to let this thing cool down for a second. See what's happening. Kind of sucks. Hey man, you gotta learn somehow though, I suppose. So that's kind of wonky, right? Oh yeah, just dump all the water out. Great. Let's put this one I wonder if I can actually slip this little guy. Well, let's wait until it's cooled down. How about that? So let's check this one out. Paper towel. Make sure that's nice and dry so you can actually see it. Oh yeah, there it is. It's coming along. And that one little flat spot that I had before, we put in the 100. It looks like it did. Looks like the 100 really did take care of that. So I think we're in a good position. Not bad, not bad. I mean, this might be. Hopefully, this didn't burn out. I mean, what's up with these motors, though? What kind of motors are they? Robbins and Myers. Oh, there's Xerox ones. Thermally protected. Thermally protect my ass. It's like, what are they not supposed to run that? If you can touch it for up to 5 seconds more, you didn't burn it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, yeah, it's a little hot. Damn. Let's hope I didn't burn it up, huh? Dang. Well, it's all right. Let's fire this guy back up. At least we can get that thing running. We know we can trust it. Put this guy over here. Fire it up. Get a little water on there first. Yeah, that is kind of weird. Hey, you know. Yeah, this one's a little bit cooler. Yeah, that one's hot. That one's hot. Damn. Whip. All right. Well, hopefully the label wasn't lying there, huh? Now I'm wondering too, because this other one back here was kind of making a funny noise at one point, and I was like, I wonder, is that motor or what? We'll find out. That's why I've got 4 of them, right? I mean, this is looking good though right here. That is looking good. Very nice. Feels super nice. Like just very, very smooth, you know what I mean? Cool. Pretty happy about it. Yeah, those ones feel good. I mean, they don't smell burned up, so hopefully it's good. I think we're probably just going to have to let them cool, though. Yeah, that's pretty warm. Still. I mean, what? It's been a couple minutes now. Huh. Let's see what this other machine's feeling like. These have a little bit bigger blowers on them back here. This other machine I got, so let's see. I think maybe what I can do. Maybe we'll see what's up with this gray machine. Because I got a gray one in back here that we could probably just fire it up. I probably need to swap these out, but that's all right. No big deal. So here's what I'm going to do. Rearrange some stuff real quick. And go like this. Yeah, because I'm going to take one of these back machines right here and swap this out real quick. So I'm thinking, I like the motor on these gray ones better, and I'll show you why. Because I feel like this isn't actually producing enough cooling effect. It's not blowing enough. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to shift this little boy. Yeah, like that. Get a little pluggy plug. But yeah, I want to let this thing cool. I'm not feeling too stoked about that. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but kind of, well, we'll just have to see. Hopefully, didn't screw nothing up. So, let me get these guys off. How's it feel? I mean, I don't know. Just now again, put it back on. I'm going to cool it down quicker. I'm not really sure on that one. So, that's alright. We're just going to pull off these adapters real quick. Yeah, and you see this one's actually really starting to, it's getting more mellow. Not so violently just shaking everywhere. So I'm thinking, because this one back here is the same motor, basically the same build. And I think this one was making the sound before. So I think we'll use the other big gray. We'll swap these out real quick. And if anything, you know what? Just keep our eyes out. If I freaking burn these motors up, we'll figure something else out. I've been trying to make steers for so long. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. I'll get it. I don't really like these baby jet steers though. It kind of sucks. Too tiny. Hey, there we go. Let's see. Well, let's fit on this back one. Ah, too big. Ah. Okay. So I guess these basically have to stay on here. Yeah, this thing's still roasting. Let me think. At least this one's still going on. Let me see. Where's my other adapter? Okay. I think we might be able to get away with that. I don't think that's gonna. Dang it. Huh. Oh, dang it. Kind of don't know what to do, you know? I feel like I should you know, let it sit and just cool down. But then I also kind of feel like I should maybe like, I don't know, it's pretty cool in here. It's not like it's hot. It's just, you know, not super familiar with these types of motors. And so it's like, was I putting too much tension on it or something? I don't feel like I was. But maybe. I'll figure it out. And it sucks. Like, it doesn't smell burned up or anything, though. Well, dang. Hey, this one's looking good, though. Alright. Make sure it's all tight. Well, yeah, see what sucks. If I got, oops, there we go. So I got this gray machine back here. This guy. And I actually think this one will work because it seems like, see how big these blowers are compared to these little ones, you know? And you only get a little bit of, you know, the backside of these blowers is not very big. This one's got a lot more space. Problem is that these adapters right here, right? Oh, there we go. This adapter right here doesn't fit on that spindle. And then these adapters that I built, they do fit on there. They would work. But the problem is these, well, yeah, these are too small for this OD. So it's like, well, crap. Yeah, they're cooling down. They're cooling down. So it's not bad. I just might have to run these like, you know, in short bursts. If I didn't burn it up. What I think I'm going to probably end up doing though is getting like, this is the small cup. Same thing though on the back. What I think I'm going to just do is get something where I can connect them like that. You know? So then that way I can actually use them. Another Triple hardware store. Those guys are starting to look at me funny. Yeah, you can really see though, this guy's coming along nice. Minor setback. Alright. I'm just super thrilled about this. I mean, it just feels so nice. Super soft. And like everything about it is like, I don't see any flat spots. I don't see nothing wrong. I mean, yeah, you're going to have a little bit of this like orange peel in there. You might be able to see that, yeah. A little bit of orange peel, but it's smooth. So it's, you know, it's all right. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, heck, we only got 2 stages into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 stages, so 2 of 8. Kind of lame. Let's see something real quick. All right. All right. That's okay. Let's see. Really hard cord to get in. Get a little juice on this one first. All right. Let me see. All right. I don't know. I'm not positive. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit, but I think we might be okay on this one. I don't think we burned these up. So let me move this over a little bit. Get these guys a little bit out of the way. Pull this back in view. Yeah, that boy's coming along real nice. And we are going to adjust this back to where we were. There we go. That's good. That's good. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Let these cool just a little bit longer. I think we're going to make it. I think it's going to be okay. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm probably going to just run these short bursts. Let it cool down. Short bursts. Let it cool down, you know. I think that the appropriate thing, though, is going to be taking this machine back here, though, because, yeah, you can see how much wider these ones are. Way better. In fact, yeah, you can see this is the same motor as this one up here. And you can see this has got a lot less airflow potential than this one right here. This one's got way more, and it's actually got a bigger fan. Yeah, and see these motors? They're just cool. Very, very cool to the touch. Barely even warm. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, what's up with these things? Are they not meant to, you know, because it says they're like Xerox machine motors. I didn't even know they had Xerox machines anymore. So these things probably got to be ancient anyway. Well, I suppose while we wait, what I'll do is see about getting us a little bit bigger of a reservoir in there. I'm wondering. Let's see. Should have a bigger Tupperware around here. Tell you what, with all the random stuff I got. Well, I think this one's actually going to be a really nice ball too. You know, this guy right here, I actually chose to do this one as my first one because I like how it goes from kind of a lighter green up here and to darker greens around the side. And so you got some good variety there. Is it the actual best material out there? No, but it's pretty cool. It's got some character to it. And it's solid enough to actually run a ball. So yeah, not bad though. I'm just glad that we were able to do it. And I mean, you can see how much smoother this is getting now. It does take a while, but You know, you can see how I mean, just that quick, it usually, really starts to calm down a little bit. Yeah, man, progress, dude. One baby step at a time. One baby step at a time. It's kind of weird, though, because it's just like, these things are nice and cool to the touch. And I don't really think I was putting too much tension. I wonder if just like they're not meant to kind of run consistently. I don't know. It's tough to say. Let's see. Well, I do want to get something in there. I think this might be too deep. Yeah. That's the other reason I want to use that gray one. It's got a good setup. Bigger. Yeah, and you can see I'm not going to give this one a lot more water as the smoother it gets because, when you get those more surface area that is cutting, it's creating a lot more of that mud. That's how you know it's working. Let's see if I can maybe get a little bit bigger reservoir there. Man, there's just nothing in here. Oh, man. Look at that. I think that will work, huh? Got earplugs in it. All right, that's back. Let's pull this one back a little more. See if I can. Oh, come on. Please fit. Ah, dang, I think it's just a little bit too big. Yeah. Close. We're close. All right. We'll just put this guy in for now, and then we'll make a big mess. We'll figure out something to do later. Yeah, these are still pretty warm, though. Definitely cooling down, though. That's for sure. Well, all right. If we could get our next stage ready. We'll double check these are the right ones, too. There's my bucket dough of the... Oh, there it is. So, they punched them out of the same one. So, yeah, it is 300. Pretty sure. Yep, these are the three. Okay. So, those are my next ones. Nice. Coming right along. This one definitely still has some flat spots, so I'm going to let it go for probably, maybe another 10 minutes or so, see how it works. It's kind of a little sketchy with this right now. Well, if at least get it all prepped up, so then once it is cooled down, be able to slap it in. And it kind of sucks. I wonder if I can get these motors or something equivalent. 106 RPM. 106 RPM. That's pretty slow. I'll have to look into that. See if we can find another one. This thing's a tank though, man. Ain't nothing stopping it. Alright. So let me pull this in a little bit. Well, I wouldn't say that's too tight. Hard to say though, I've never really done it. There's a planetary style gear instead of the front cover. Most sides of it gears up. So I was looking at the little label on there, and it says like 15-pound torque ratio, or the ratio of 17.0 with 15 pounds of torque. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it says Xerox machine on them, or Xerox. Yeah, here. I'll take a picture for you. I'll send this to you guys real quick. That way you can check it out. Let's see. Big name card. You got that. And then you got it. So I just sent you guys a picture of those ones. Yeah, I'm gonna plug the picture into like GPT or something and see if it can what it can tell me about them, and then look out for Instagram. Yeah, that's a good question, bro. Might be asking the wrong dude. 15. Yeah, let me see if I can get this for you. Yeah, it's really hard to read because of the angle of it. Here, I'm sending it to you real quick there. I'll send it to both of you guys. That way you can see. Yeah, I'm not really sure, man. They're definitely cool though, so what I want to do is here's what we're going to do. We're going to get this wonky tool that I've only used about 8 times. Aha! Thermal gun. I am. Still got batteries too. Haha. 15 pounds? Okay. So it looks like we're at about 117.5. 108.3. 108.5. So, okay. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to fire this bad boy back up. Oh, geez, I'm letting that one get dry. Juice this one up real quick. There we go. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll get this to run, and then we're just going to keep hitting it with this guy and see, if it starts heating up too quick, we'll just shut it down. But I think that, they've cooled down. They're still running. I don't have too much tension or anything. I feel like they're pretty safe. So let's give it a shot. We'll just keep our eyes on it. Make sure that we're not running too dry. Oh yeah, this baby's gonna be good. Coming right along, but you can see it kind of does take a little bit. So I'm gonna give this a little love squirt. Okay, so it does look like I need to push this one in a little bit because I don't think it's actually getting. There we go. Huh. You know what? That's what I think it is. I think that's what it is, buddy. It's the angle of the dangle. Not okay. Okay. All right, I think I'm okay on that. I think that's what it is, dude. I think that it's got some funky angle going on it, and so it is tensioning up. And so what needs to happen is you put it in at the correct, a little bit soft, and then you lift this up into position and wedgie it. Hopefully I got some more wedgies. Used to have a bunch. You know how those things disappear. Let's see. Let's see how this one feels a little bit. Yeah, you know, it's kind of wonky, but I think it's going to be okay. I think we'll be okay. Let me just get one little wedge in there. There we go. I think that's going to do it. There we go. Yep. That's the money right there, boy. All right. I think this one actually might need a little bit of, yeah, it does. All right, turn that off real quick. Doesn't really look like it's increasing the heat either, so I need to get one more little wedgie. Oh, damn. Oh, hey, that's where that went. I got a bucket for Nate and Danielle for a minute now, and I was like, oh, where the hell did I put that bucket? I knew it was around here somewhere. It's got like big old chunky agates and stuff in it. No, big quartz and stuff. That's when I was trying to do the rock tumbling stuff. All right, where's my wedgie? I guess. I know I got more wedgies. You know what? Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll use one of these little dowels. See, that should be just about the height. Just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Just as the doctor ordered. All right, so let me see where this is at. Yeah, it's still looking pretty good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this in a little burst. Oh, man, look at that thing coming along now. Oh, yeah. We didn't burn it up. Woohoo! At least not yet. Yeah, you know what? I bet you those rags that were preventing the air from flowing because this thing right here is like pushing all the air out like this. And when it had those, when it had the rags over it, it couldn't blow the air out that way to cool the body down. It started at 115, it's already down to 110 degrees because there's cool air blowing on it. So those rags were screwing me over. And this thing is looking good. We're learning, guys. We're learning. Yeah, Yeah, this one's already cooler as well. Yep. So this one was at like 105, and it's already down to 101. I started this one, it was 115. And it looks like it's about, I don't know, maybe 112. It's bumping around a little bit because that's because you got the wind going over it, though, you know? Get a little love on there. Yeah, and right there's 108. So I think that was the problem, to be honest. I'm just happy I didn't burn it up. I feel fine. That had me spooked, though, I'll tell you what. I think these wedges are the money, though. Because what's happening is you're supposed to have them straight on. You know, we got the ball. The cup is supposed to be straight on. Not in an angle, not in an angle. It's got to be straight. Maybe a little bit, from what I understand, a little bit of like downward angle is okay, but not very much. Yeah. I assume they've been out of business for quite some time. Xerox kind of went the way of the dinosaur, you know. But I think we're okay. I think we might be all right. We might have figured the problem out. Yeah. Because this is sitting nice at like 108 now. What's this one? 108. 104. All right. All right. Hell yeah, guys. Motor part number, thermal position part number, and gearbox. Great. Yeah. I wonder why they went out of business. This Xerox, and then, you know, all this thing, the butt, part numbers. Oh, yeah, hey, you know, one motor, we're going to have 37 different part numbers. But you can already see this one's not really building up the, like the mud, you know? So I think once we get it, you know, basically past the, you know, some of these early stages, man, it just goes. Looking good, though. Right, it's just glossy. I'm stoked. More than anything, I'm happy I didn't blow the motors up. It's going to be so awesome. Once I get these things dialed in and I know what I'm doing. Right, yeah, well, that's what Jason was saying. He said that, you know, they'll turn themselves off. But, yeah, clearly I'm not, like, the most well-versed in this stuff, dude. So yeah, it's warming up a little bit back here, but I think with how quick these are going, I think as long as we're just kind of playing it safe, you know, don't let them run too long. Keep an eye on the temperature. I think we'll be okay. We'll be able to at least make it. Definitely need to get a thing that works in here that'll fit. Hey, Rock Lady, thanks for coming tonight. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm really excited. You know, we're going to have these, once we get this dialed in, it's going to be awesome. We're really going to have something cool going. I think this one's been going for about 40 minutes now, 30, 40 minutes. And it's looking really good. I still see some flat spots though. Yeah, that is warming up. But I'm not really seeing a whole lot of cutting going on, so I'm going to spray this guy. It's definitely got a good rotation pattern, you know? And this one's getting muddy quick now. Yeah, they're definitely warming up. I'm going to call it on that one because, you know, I'm really not seeing the buildup on it. Not a big deal. Plus, I'd rather play it safe than sorry with these guys right now. Yeah, because we're up to 137. So, I think it's probably good to just let them chill, you know, call it as we need it. Yeah, it's going to slow things down, but, hey, you know, I guess that's just part of it right now. Oh, man. This one's actually going a little bit quicker than the last. Yeah. Pretty happy about that. Yeah. Adjust something real quick on here. Alrighty, so I'm going to grab this guy and I want to see a little paper towel action here. Oh, there we go, actually. Regular towel. So yeah, it's coming along. You can see it's starting to get a little bit of shine on it. That's definitely coming along. Kind of a little bit of an odor there. But yeah, I think that right now it's just going to have to be like kind of touch and go with this guy. Kind of stinks, but, you know, that's where we're at. So, you know, we'll get there. I'm just kind of keeping these guys off there. Kind of keep them clean. There we go. Yeah. We'll get this next on. So we're going up to 500 on our next one. Kind of wondering if we really should go to 5 or just jump straight to the 8. You know? Serpentine's pretty soft. But hey, you know what? Sure. We'll put these 5s on. I think we'll be okay. All right. We'll let these cool down just a hair. This one's coming along nice though, man. Pretty happy about that. Like suns and the hourglass. No, not the one you found, but I'm waiting for once until I get everything figured out. That one's right here, saving it. As soon as I get everything figured out and dialed in and I'm comfortable about it, that's the bee's knees. That's the one I'm going to do. And then once I get, like, I can figure it out, I feel confident in everything, and I've made some really nice ones, then I'm going to try to do different materials because, like, all the stuff I'm working right now is just serpentine. Funny, it's actually getting a little warm in here without my heater on. Good. Oh man, this is nice. I mean, yeah, it takes a little bit, but hey, it's coming right along. Yeah, when I had this one in earlier in the roughing cup, I was just spraying it off with the spray bottle. I was like, nah, I gotta figure something else out. That ain't working. This actually isn't bad right now. Like, there's no water or anything like that. Thank you, no water. All right. It's looking really good. It's looking super good. Yeah, like the one little flat spot that I saw in there, I'm not seeing it anymore, so we're getting real close to being able to do that one. See where we're at here. Yeah, this is cooling down pretty quick. Mama John, thanks for joining tonight. I don't think it's possible, guys. Definitely looks like AI generated. Once saw 5 after CNC in real life, and I couldn't make something so perfectly spherical. Well, that's because you've never met the road Rockhound, bro. See that? Bam. Perfect ball. AI. 100%, buddy. And you know what? The cool part is, buddy, this is my first one. No joke, this is the first one I ever made. It's a big deal. And we got number 2 right behind it. Woohoo! I'm super stoked. Oh yeah, this one's getting really close. Yeah, and see, this is why I want to get multiple cameras set up in here. So then it's like we can have one on this machine and get it a little bit closer so you can actually see it better, you know what I mean? And then if I want to, I can switch over to like camera 2, and then we can have it on top of this one, and that way you can see what's going on here. So then, you know, I can swap back and forth. And then if I want to, maybe I'll switch over to the actual camera itself, you know, like regular camera, and then I can, you know, do a little chit chat. But I think, you know, let's put this one in, kind of see where we're at. I think we're looking pretty good. Oh, yeah. And see, that's the cool part, too. It's like you actually see the progress, you know, as it's going. I mean, because this sucker was like shaking. And these motors are still just cool to the touch. So that's great. I really am glad that this guy is just is putting in work. All right, let's give this thing a little bit of squirt love, and we'll see what we can do. I mean, you know, maybe. You know, I think they could have, possibly, but, you know, I've always wondered about the ancient Egyptians because it's like they had quartz. Quartz is pretty hard stuff. You know, and if you got terminated quartz crystal, I mean, that's, you know, got an edge on it. You probably cut. I think they could probably do this manually. I saw a dude on Instagram. He just took a rock, you know, just a regular rock, and kicked it for like 2 years. Well, he said he kicked it for 2 years, and you know, it ended up turning into a perfect sphere. Yeah, it's cooling down. We're good. Yeah, I think we're looking good. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, dude, I've seen that, bro. That is bananas. You know how long that would take? All right, I think this one's getting real close to being done. You know, fortunately, I don't think that the pre-polish and the polish stages actually take that much time. You know, putting court standards in a bracelet would be really smart. If you have really good silicated quartz, yeah, or silicated sand, I bet you have true through stuff. That just take a lot of manual labor. Exactly. Less and less time per thing. And you can already see it's just like, it's got a little bit of like foaming around here, but really not too much. And so I think that we're going to be good. I think it's also going to be where I'm going to have to like, you know, stage things out. And so it's like, okay, well, if we know that these stages don't take long and these motors kind of heat up quickly, then, you know, we'll just kind of work with what we got. And it's like, okay, maybe we'll have it where, you know, something like this, if the motors are getting too hot quick, we'll just have it be like 3,000 and 5,000 or something, and that's just what it stays, you know. Looking good, boys. Looking good. Yeah, they're definitely heating up quicker. All right, though. I didn't let them cool for nearly as long. You know, I think that's really what it is. They just, you know, they don't have enough wind blowing over it to cool it down as quick as like this one. This fan is burnt, you know, it's cooking. And it's just blowing it over the entirety of this body there. These things just really not. Feel a little bit, but just not enough, you know? Compared to that one, especially. But I can already see it's not taking, I mean, it's not creating a whole lot of mud, so I think we're getting close. Plus, the guy that video I was watching not too long ago, the guy said it only takes a few minutes. You know, once you get into the upper stages, it's like, you know, maybe 3-4 minutes per stage sometimes. Especially if you're working with a softer material like this turpentine. Hey, thanks, Tiger. I appreciate you joining tonight on this momentous occasion. This is my first steer right here, and I got my second one in the machine behind it. So we're having a little heating trouble, maybe overheating, but yeah, we're getting there. It's gonna work. You know what's funny too is those little chains that I have, completely pointless. Yeah, it's not overheating, but it's just spooked me. Yeah, I'm actually a little hungry to be honest. A little bit of bacon right here sounds good. A little extra rock test, you know, for a snack. I think that one's about maybe 5 more minutes. Yeah. Looking all right. I mean, this little catch that I have though is about as worthless as it gets. Because it's just riding on the cup adapter thing. And so you just have this bead of water that's dripping off on the side over here. Brilliant. Not bad. All right, let's go this one. Let's see how this boy looks right here. Ah. Wow. I really don't know how necessary these bungees are, but you know, seems like it helps a little bit. Might be in my head though. Get this off. Those guys over there. Bring this down to about 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. Trying to get squirrely on me. Okay. Go. Go. Let's get this buddy cleaned off. Oh yeah, that's looking good. All right, where's my towel thing? See if we can get that. I'm gonna give this a little bit of squirtness. We're gonna bring these back just a chicken. A little chicken hair. All right, rinse that boy up. Let's see how we're looking here. Oh yeah, that's starting to get a little bit of that polish going. Let's see. We are starting to get a little bit of that sheen. So not bad. Well, let's see how this guy's looking. So it's definitely, you know, you can see it's definitely rounded. That's looking pretty good to me. I don't really see any flat spots. Need to dry it off just a little bit more. Just because then you can kind of see like if there's any kind of skids on it. That's what I did last time. Ah, thanks, Tiger Eye. Thanks, Christina. Yeah, there we go. Look at that one. It's pretty wicked right there. So yeah, this one's actually looking really good. I don't see any kind of like flat spots like I did last time. Everything's looking really clean. So I think this one will actually be ready once we get finished with this guy. So it's going to be good. And yeah, I mean, we're just burning through these upper stages. Seems pretty quick. Not too bad at all. Definitely going to be happy to see. You know, and then, you know, the other thing is too, is the serpentine stuff does not get a really mirror finish. Like, you can get pretty good polish on it, but it's never going to be something like, you know, obsidian or something where it's just like ultra glossy. It's just not hard enough material to actually get there. But it does do it. It will take a really good polish for what it is. And so I think it's pretty awesome. Pretty happy about it in general. It's a good thing to start with too. Try to catch water. Exactly. You know, I would like to get something if I had like a little tray like you were saying up underneath this, and then have like maybe a little spout or something that comes off it so it just drips into my refuse bucket. And yeah. But, you know, we're just dialing it in. It'll take a little bit of time to figure out the little quirks and everything, but I'm just so stoked just to actually be making some progress, you know, because that's a good sized ball right there. And this one is going to turn out nice, you know. So smooth right now. Really, really digging it. And this guy's looking great. I mean, I'm just so happy about this machine right here. This, I wish it just was, the motors were a little bit taller and, you know, weren't having, well, you know, it's not overheating, but just kind of freaks me out, you know, because I'm ignorant. Don't really know. Okay, so let's get that like that. How's that feel? It's kind of floaty. Okay. Make sure that's in. Feels good. Feels good. Maybe a little tap tap. Yep. I think that should be all right. And this is still solid. Yep. All right. How's that feel? This one looks like it can go a little bit further. You know, the nice part is these motors getting warm like this, you can actually warm my little hands up because it's not exactly the warmest in the shop right now. So yeah, all right. Let this cool down just a little bit. So, Christina, yeah, these are both serpentine varieties, you know. This one's going to be more of the Bowenite, Williamsite type stuff. And I think, you know, I'm not really sure. Like, if this really counts more as the Williamsite as opposed to the Bowenite. But, yeah, you know, when you get the darker, more transparent green, that's the Bowenite. And then when you have this milkier color, that's the Williamsite, from what I understand. And so, yeah, these are going to be nice. And I'm trying to do these every week, you know. And I got, where did I put it? You know, I got more on the way. And so, like, you know, got some like this guy that still needs to be cut from a pillow. And then I got these right here, another 4 of them that we'll end up doing. And this one right here has got some major chatoyancy in it. Really, really sweet. But yeah, you know, I got another, you know, 4 behind this, and well, 5 technically. And then if I get a little bit of chance in the weather, I'm definitely going to be getting out more, and because this is a season, and so I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, let's feel these guys. Pretty good. It's not too hot. So I suppose we so we're at 800 right now, and it looks like my things go up to 10K. So we only got 3 stages left, and then should be good on this one. And I think after this one, I'm probably going to call it quits. I know to hate the cliffhanger, yeah, but we'll do this one next week because we're already at about 2.5 hours, it looks like. But, you know, really, I just wanted to get at least one of them figured out because, like I said, I've never done this before. It's all new to me, and I've been really working on getting all this going for quite some time. Probably about 3 or 4 years or something like that now. So it's really cool. Pretty happy about the progress we're making. I mean, yeah, it's just clean. We're getting a nice rotation on it. I think we do want to bump that up just a hair, though. Yeah, these wedgies are really, really putting in some work. I need to go get some more wedgies. Go buy another pack of them. I think that's going to do me a lot of favors using this machine. There we go. So you get a little bit of vibration sounding thing going, but I don't think it's any problem. And we are getting pretty good rotation. I think that's what I needed right there. No? There we go. No? There we go. Okay, right there. Because see, that's the thing is you got to watch the rotation on it to make sure you're not getting any kind of funky, like, flats or anything like that. You got to constantly be, moving around different angles. What's up with that? So yeah, that don't even touching right there. Jeez. Here, let me adjust this real quick because I think that this actually needs to be in a little bit more. It's not really where it's supposed to be. Let's get that, and now I can put just a little bit of wedge up underneath it. There we go. That looks like it's better. Because now it's getting a slight bit of turn, and then it, goes, and then a slight bit of turn, and then it goes. So yeah, it looks pretty good now. You want the, rotation to be consistent but irregular, so it gets full coverage. At least from what I understand. But it looks like we got full contact on it. I'm seeing a little bit of bubbling there where it's, showing me kind of what color the slurry is. And yeah, I think we're looking good. And these motors ain't getting too hot. I do need to get a new battery for this though. It just so happens I have a 9-volt. Sweet. That's a lot quieter when this thing ain't going. This is looking good though. Oh yeah. I am so stoked about this right now. Because this is actually, we should be starting, because this is the 800? We're going up to 1,000, then 3,000, then 10,000. 10,000. I gotta believe it. But yeah, we'll see how it is. I think it's going to take a pretty good polish considering the material itself. And the orange peel I thought might be an issue, but the further we're getting into this, I don't really think it is. I think that's going to be fine. Actually, pretty quiet. I tell you what, it's kind of mesmerizing to watch the ball, Pretty wicked. Not too bad, not too bad. Perfect. Thanks, Rock Dude. Just got your text. Appreciate it. I'll definitely check it out. It's definitely a winter activity right here. Get your tight, toasty hands going. Ah, yeah. So nice. Alright, so I think I'm going to unplug this guy. We're about finished with that tonight. We're going gonna have to come up with a name for this one too, you guys. So maybe do some brainstorming. See if we can come up with something clever. You know, because this is Frank the Tank over here. My my wheel setup. Frank's a beast. In fact, I was talking with somebody who came into the Crater Rock Museum, the Rock Shop today, and because we were working down there, and he was just asking about, like, oh, I'm a beginner. I actually want to show you guys this real quick. I'll do a little twist here so you can still see the sphere, but so yeah. He was asking because he's like, dude, those Genie machines are super expensive, but I'm not really trying to like go full blown production on anything. I just want to like be able to like polish up a few rocks, and I gotta say, the Poly D14 is where it's at. You can get one of these things dang near anywhere. They're super accessible, and the motoring and everything like that. Super easy to get your hands on. It's not going to cost you thousands of dollars to get this thing going. And if you want to, you can have multiple wheels on it. In fact, at one point I thought about, because I don't usually use this plate. In fact, if you actually looked at this plate, you'd see that the bonnet that I have is not really a bonnet. What it actually is it's Carhartt jeans that I zip tied and then super glued over it because it's a convex. And I don't really use convex stuff, but it's the only thing I had. So I looked on some stuff and I was like, well, what can I do? I don't want to buy another bonnet if I'm not using it very often. And it's like, oh yeah, jeans will work great. So it's like, yeah, but what I want to do is I wanted to extend this the shaft or whatever out, so then it's like I can have, maybe two wheels on this side, two wheels on this, so that I'm not having to constantly swap the belts out. I can just have like, do my 60, 100, and then do my polishes over there. But, all right, I think this guy's looking good. Not really seeing too much buildup. So I think we'll call this one and move it on to the next stage. Because I mean, it seems like it goes really quick once you get into these later stages. I'm just gonna pop that out. Let's pull this back a little bit too, make it easier on myself. And I'll get this cleared off. Yeah, actually, the other thing I was able to get going last week was my saw. My saw has been out of commission for months now, all because of a little set screw, come to find out. 79-cent piece. Didn't even freaking know. Let's get this out of here. I'm going to bring this towel back out of here. But yeah, I got my saw back up and running. I'm stoked. Dude, it's the cheapest polishing pad I made. Oh, no way. That's awesome. Super cheap. All right, so we're going to put that there. And yeah, this one's coming along. So you can see it's starting to just get a little bit more each time. So we only got 3 stages left. We got the 1,000, the 3,000, and the 10,000. And at this pace, looks like we're going to have perfect timing on how we've been doing these live streams lately. It seems like we've been doing about 3 hours lately, and I think we'll be able to get, in the next 20 minutes or so, we'll be able to finish this one up. It's nice. It's really nice. I'm feeling good about all this. It's been a long time coming. So let's get that. I will say, though, these polishing pads, or the Velcro there, kind of doesn't grab the best until you really have the ball in there. and then it actually, kind of catches more onto the Velcro. So I think that's the ticket right there. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that a little bit more angle. That in there. Looking good. Feels good. Tighten that boy up. See how we feel. Not bad. Just want to check my heat. Yeah, it's definitely running warm, but hey, if they say they're thermally protected or whatever, so I guess we're going to roll with it. I'll give it our love squirt. It does sound like it's kind of... There we go. Looking like we got a nice spin on there. Let me adjust that camera a little bit again. Sorry about that. Try to keep it on view. Yep. Oh, crap. Where's my, see that? Yeah, there's definitely some little adjustments that definitely need to be made on these. I'll get some more wedges though. I think that's going to be the ticket with these. Really going to be the maker there. I think that's not how we want. Much more horizontal like that, and we're getting a good, good spin on it. Yeah. Well, I had some old ones. Hey, yeah, for sure. Thanks for joining tonight, Brian. Definitely always good to see you, man. Appreciate the support. Yeah, it was funny too that when I was making this, I had some old Carhartts, and I was like, well, how am I going to do it? And so I slipped it down into the leg and then just cut it off and put some stuff on there. Hey, hey, it actually does work. It's not bad. Yeah, I bet you if these things had a little bit more, a little bit stronger rough fan, I bet you these things wouldn't get nearly as warm. Hey, it's all right. Forgot to eat before, so I'm getting hungry. Tell you what. But hey, man, it's gonna be awesome. I'm stoked. 2 steps away. Okay, boys can't see that, huh? 2 more. Getting close. Weird. It's getting a lot muddier quicker, though, you can tell. So So it's getting definitely cutting in. So I bet you this, we're going to see much more progress on this. But, you know, this is the 1000. I think 1000 technically counts as our polish stage. Yeah, I think we're going to let it go a little bit more in this 1000 than we've been doing on those other pre-polish. Just see until it starts basically where we're not really getting much of that mud buildup, you know. Pretty awesome though. Yeah, you can definitely see the buildup. So we're cutting. That's good. And we have a really nice pattern on it. See if we could share this one. Looks good. Looks good. Put that one on the old gram. Let's see. What are we doing here? That one. Yeah, there we go. Looking good. And we're getting that. You can see that mud building. Let's get that cleared off. See how quickly it builds back up. And if it's not building up very quickly, we'll rinse it off and go to the next. Yeah, it's getting warm. Wow. You get kind of lost in it sometimes. Starting to stare off. I'm like, woo. Yeah, you can see that mud still building up. So this stage might take us just a wee bit longer. Almost done. Yeah, I'm hoping that once I can get this all dialed in, you know, I'll be able to start making, you know, spheres regularly and get it to where, you know, like when we got these, you know, rock shows and stuff, I can, I don't know, maybe bring some to the rock show or something. I know a lot of my friends here locally, they always make cool stuff. I've been lagging behind. Yeah, I keep seeing that too. And that's why I was like, trying to increase this with the wedge a little bit. So I think I need to get some wedges. I need to get something up underneath there real quick. Maybe like one of these little dowels or something. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Now it's cutting good. Hey, thanks Northwest Explorer. I appreciate it. It's taken a long time to get here, but you know, there's still a lot to figure out, but hey, we're getting it. You know, I'm wondering, I'm not really sure about that Oregon Territory. It seems like I've had to adjust these parts, you know, the elevation of these a little bit more before, or more than I was before. So it's like, I mean, this is pretty awesome, you know, because I can figure out, you know, what the little quirks of all this stuff is. So then it's like, oh, okay, you know, like I need to go get some, you know, some wedges or something, because we know that, you know, the setup here, because what it's on hinges, you know, like cabinet hinges. And so, yeah, you know, it kind of works like that, but it also is like sometimes an unnecessary adjustment, it seems. Yeah, it's not building up nearly as quick now. Seems like it's running about 160 degrees. Yeah. So hopefully not too bad. Spastasm, I love the name. Don't know what the heck is going on here. Let's download the channel. It's this for like 15 minutes. Yeah, man. That's what it's all about. Welcome to the show, buddy. Making balls. So we're making spheres out of serpentine. And we've got this guy right here is just about done. We got 2 more stages left. And then it will be finished up. Right now we're just doing the 1000 grit. And you can see that it's not really building up a whole lot of the mud anymore. And so we're almost ready to switch over to our 3000 grit. And then after that we'll do 10,000. Next week we're actually going to be doing this one right here, which is bowenite. Really nice gem serpentine, but this one actually is a little bit more milky, you know. So I think this one's actually the Williamsite. It's still really nice material though. But, you know, we rough it out in this machine back here. You can see these orange cups or these golden cups. And that's the roughing cups. And that gets it into a better shaped sphere. And then from there, we use all these polishing pads here on these cups to get like, you know, our fine polish, our free polish and our polish. And so here in a little bit, because I'm still getting a little bit of mud buildup on this, we're going to just let it go, I don't know, maybe another minute or two. And then I think we're going to swap out to our 3000 and then see how that goes. To be 100% honest, I don't even know how useful the 10,000 grit's going to be, but We're gonna check it out. I'm gonna have to get like a little mini fridge or something back here, little snacks or something. It's nice though. I tell you what, dude, you can get lost staring in these balls. You know, especially you get that hum of the motor, and it's like, ooh, a little bit of reflection going on. It's cool because it's got this like almost like a feather pattern on it. It's really wicked looking. I'll put it on my Instagram. Let's see. Bet you there's a slow mo. There we go. Oh, that's wicked. Hey, I'll check my Instagram real quick. I'll put this one on there. Little slow mo. Oh god. Wait a minute. How do I do this? No. Keep right there. We're gonna go new. Put that on there. Don't want to get copyright struck for some music. Jesus. Yeah, this is actually making quite a bit of the mud, so I think we'll be doing good. Huh. Yeah. Hey man, I'll tell you what, Oregon, you can get lost in these things, that's for sure. Especially when you've been spending the last 5 years just trying to get up to the point where you can make it, man. Yeah. Seems like every little thing, has gone wrong, but fortunately I've had friends to be able to help, and, I've had people looking out for me, so I was able to get, this machine and these two back here for a really good price. But, this one over here, this one just sat for like 3 years. That's one of the worst feelings. Poor little machine. All lonely. Never got to warm up. So yeah, I think this one is cut pretty well. Just kind of not really positive of how long I should really let it go. But I think, we're not going to hurt it. So if we go a little bit extra long, that's fine. No big deal. I tell you what, though, you definitely can get lost in it. Once I get a better camera, we're going to get it to where it's close on there. It's going to be good. Definitely got a nice contact, too. Yeah, that slow-mo is fire, huh? See how it's like got the little feathers? I think it's wicked. Yeah. With the printers. Yeah, for sure. I think it touches our monkey brains. Yeah. So cool. Yeah, we're going to start doing these every week, by the way, every Saturday. And so, if you haven't tuned in before, definitely make sure you're tuning in on future Saturdays. I do it every Saturday night, 7 p.m. I think I might switch it back to 6 p.m. instead of 7, because we got some viewers over on the East Coast, and I don't want to keep them up until too late. You know what I mean? And especially, we've been going for about 3 hours usually. People are just kind of stop by, come and go and stuff. But this is actually the first time we've had the sphere machines running. Before, we were just kind of getting everything figured out, dialing stuff in, getting lighting, figuring it out, because we're just new to this stuff. But hey, we're having fun. We're figuring it out. We're learning a lot of stuff. And we're getting lost in the ball. Across the live tonight. You know, I'm gonna get a notification from your channel. You know what? I've heard that too. So a lot of people are not getting notifications right now, and I think it's a YouTube end. They kind of they're not very good at notifying people, and so I'm trying to get it to where people just can rely on Saturday night. If anything, just pop by on Saturday night, and you'll be good. We always appreciate the company. I'm thinking, I think we should move on to this 3,000. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like it's about ready. So we'll pull this back a little bit. I think we're actually going to do this one, since we got kind of a wonky setup over here. Yeah, there's definitely a few adjustments I'm going to want to make, though, that's for sure. Because, I think if I get some more of these wedgies here, I can pop those up a little bit higher, well, we can adjust them as needed more accurately. I'm going to pull this guy out. A little more on that. Oh, nice and smooth. Feels nice. Let's see how this guy looks. Got progress. Definitely coming along. But, this material it's not going to get the same kind of gloss that, like obsidian or something will get, but it's coming along slowly. I'm just kind of wondering, how much of a polish we'll actually get on it. And so that's where I'm thinking, we'll just bump up to this 3, see how it's looking. And, if anything, we'll go up to that 10,000. See if it makes a lick of difference. So we'll put those guys, get this guy. We got the 3,000. Almost done. Man, those motors are warm. I feel them. Okay, so we got them on there. Yeah. And we'll put this guy. It doesn't seem like it's going to take a super polish, but hey, for my first ball, I ain't complaining. Put that in. Get that like that. Oh, I see. There's a little bit of. Got it. That's good to know. So it looks like, come on. You kind of got to hold position so it doesn't alter, push the other cups, because it seems like it kind of angles it if you push it a little, if you don't hold it correctly. That. Get those back twisted like that. Get this back like that. How's that look? Looks like we got full contact. Oh yeah, that's pretty warm. Well, we're getting close though. So it looks like we got full contact. Maybe we're gonna push this one just slightly more. Looks good. think this one could use a slight adjustment. All right. Definitely got some weird vibration going here. Yeah, that boy is hot back there. So this one's about 160. This one's about 160, and this one's about 145. So it's definitely warming the shop up a little bit. Yeah, and this one, kind of crazy that it's not, that last one was cutting so much, and this one doesn't seem like it's barely touching it. So hopefully this is going to give us a nice polish. You know, the thing is, though, is we still have 10,000 if we need it. And then, really, I got these cups right here for cerium oxide. I mean, they're a little small, but I don't really think you can use cerium on this stuff, though. I don't think it'll do anything. Seems like I keep catching a little bit of a gap. There we go. Full contact. Give that just a little love juice. Yeah. Coming right along. Hopefully we'll be able to get a decent polish on this one. This one will definitely take a lot better polish, though. It's a harder material. And eventually we're going to be doing obsidian, because it's one of the only materials I can get in really big sizes around here. You know, like I can get huge obsidian, but like finding just a colossal agate or something, really difficult. Kind of weird vibration. I mean, we got full contact though, so. But I mean, you can see. I mean, it's got a little bit of foam building, but other than that, not really much. It's pretty wicked, though. Slowly but surely, getting it done. So what do you think? Should we do the 10,000 or call it on this one? Getting a little foam. Should be all right. Yeah, I mean we're maintaining contact. So it's just kind of weird that the last one was doing so much, making so much mud, but this one's not. So just have to watch it for a minute, let it go, and yeah, rock and roll. Oh, well, welcome to the party, man. We're glad to have you, Spaz. Rockhounding's great, buddy, especially in Oregon. We've got a ton of cool stuff here. So bowenite is some of my favorite stuff to find. And pretty much, it's like a jade simulant. And so you can see that's what it looks like there. And when I shine that, you see the speckles? That's actually chromite inclusions there. And so pretty nice material. Comes in a good amount of varieties too. Yeah, so before and after pictures of 6K and 10K, you should know what to stop at. Yeah, to be honest, I'm thinking this will probably be it because this ain't even cutting anything. Like, I'm not getting any kind of real residue or anything. And the last one was giving me a lot, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is probably the end of it. Somebody got a 50-pound carnelian up zinc the other day. Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. I've gone up to Zinc Creek so many times, man, and I never find anything big. It's always small or blue, And then everybody that goes up there, they just find a bunch of big reds, and bloody reds too, man. Really nice ones. I'm gonna have to have some pros show me what's up. Actually, I've been talking with this guy up there, and he goes up there quite often. And I'm gonna have him actually take me out a couple times, see what's up. Plus, I think he's trying to do some social media stuff too, and so I want to help out. Any of you guys who are trying to make videos or do Instagrams or whatever, hey, dude, I'll give you a shout out. I'm here to help, part of the community. Hate it when you get gatekeepers and stuff, man. It sucks. And there's a lot of them, unfortunately. Let's see how we're looking on this. Yeah, it's warming up. It's weird. It's this one. This one's actually getting hotter than either of the other two. So I'm wondering if this thing is just kind of like, kind of a, I don't know, maybe it's dying or something. Yeah, no joke, dude. Rock dude, you get the same way, huh? So let's check this out because, I'm not seeing any action on there. And that actually is kind of weird. What's up with that? I wonder why that shouldn't be just freely spinning like that. I wonder if maybe that's why we're not getting the love. Let's give this a little attitude adjustment here. Maybe fire it back up here. See if that changes anything. Okay. Put that there. Tighten that back up. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any buildup. Yeah, it's, you're right there, Spaz. And I think it's kind of a shame because, something especially like rock counting, there should be gatekeeping. It's ridiculous. We all just were looking for something that we can enjoy in life, and it's not going to break the bank. Just want to do something nice and, find cool people that enjoy the hobby as well, because all it takes is one jerk. And it's like, well, I don't want to, you get a bad taste in your mouth. And it's just like, nah, screw that. This morning it's dark and red, almost black till you put the light up to it. Jeez, man. You're lucky. Oh, hey, look at that. That's glossy. Woo-wee. And that's dry. That's a dry one. Here, let's get a little extra dry. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. He got some eyes on it. Sweet. So I'm actually thinking that's going to be it because these weren't actually doing a whole lot. I wasn't even seeing much for foaming, and so I'm going to call it on that one. Plus, I got to be honest with everybody, I'm pretty hungry right now. I haven't really eaten much today. In fact, I don't even know if I've eaten today, so that's why I'm like, oh, wait a minute, why do I feel so hungry? But yeah, everyone, there it is. My first sphere. I'm so happy. Here, let's adjust our camera just a little bit. And that's it. That's it, everyone. Oh yeah. Here, we'll go up a little bit more. There it is. First one. Many more to come, you guys. Many more to come. And this one I'm actually going to probably going to be giving this one away, to be honest. Rock Dude was actually the first person to help me get this going. And I mean, it ain't the best sphere. It ain't the best sphere in the world, buddy, but you're the one who helped me start it, so hopefully you like it. But all right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody joining. And I hope we all come in next week as well. We've got another one on the way. This one will be next week here. And then, depending on, kind of what we're looking at, we've got these on the way too. So I've got this guy right here. This is going to be a really, really nice one. This got amazing color to it. So these are all serpentine. This one we're going to save for last. This is a very, very special one. It's got the chatoyance and everything at the top there. You can see it still needs work. This one I actually think is more nephrite than it is like the Bowenite or the Williamsite, because I gave it a little scratch and it was a little bit harder. And I know that the places that I find this stuff, there is nephrite up there, but it's it's ultra rare. And then I'll be doing this one as well. But I've just kind of been keeping this one so I could show you, the contours of what I actually have to grind down to get it to the point where I can actually put it in this machine back here, and so this is a cool example, because it just kind of shows you. And plus, like for me, it gives me, just a little bit of an idea. It's like, okay, well, if I'm grinding it like that, I've got this diamond shape. That means I got to hit this edge, et cetera, et cetera. And then we still got this one as well, but I still have to core drill this one more time down on it like this. And then what that will do is that will remove these little, it turns this into this. And so, that's where we're shooting for. We still got some more stuff to do, but, I just wanted to get, at least one going. And then we've got some other sizes soon. So this is like really, really, really good material there. In fact, I don't know if you could see that, but Yeah, that is some supreme material right there. And so, but this is only a 3-inch. But the cool part is I cored it twice. And so we're going to be making something with this. The only problem is I do have to stabilize this part right here because I don't want it to just blast out when I, try cleaning it up, polishing it and everything. But yeah, I mean, we're just going to keep doing it, And then once mining season starts, maybe March or April, depending on how all the season is this year, we're going to be going out to, because we bought a sunstone mine, or we're in the process of buying an Oregon sunstone mine. And so as soon as mining season starts, we're going to start doing this out there because, really I just want to share all this stuff. And I know that a lot of people are interested in things like this, but, nobody's sharing anything. So you don't really get to learn what's going on. And so, I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate all the support. I hope you guys did enjoy tonight. And I really hope to see y'all next week. It's great. And yeah, thanks again, everybody. I'll be talking to you next week. Thanks.